Draw with me. This is the first time I'm drawing D-O. Let's go through the process together. Today, we're going to be in celebration of May the 4th doing
Mom, I heard you're doing,
I'm filming. What are you doing?
I heard you're doing doodles with Danielle with Star Wars edition, so I decided to draw, well, quite literally draw Star Wars.
You drew Star Wars. I have a cape that is Star Wars
No,
cape,
no,
but
I
it's
drew
not
Star
really.
Wars.
How do you draw Star Wars?
It was pretty easy. It just sort of,
What?
I just kind of drew Star Wars, like.
So you drew two stars having a war?
It's Star Wars.
What are the sounds? What are those things?
Oh, it's just, like in the pink one, it says like,
Wait,
buzz.
let me hold this. Let me see if I get this right.
Well, yeah, it's like over here you can like zap, like vroom, It's like flick, and this one's like fighting, like poo, buzz. And they're just, it's like stars. Just Star Wars.
Why aren't they smiling?
Well, war is not a happy time. It's Star Wars.
So who won?
Oh, I haven't thought that far about that yet. I don't know. We'll have to watch the movies, I guess.
I'm looking forward to it. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are first going to draw a circle. Now the way I draw the circle is by using short, quick lines to make that rounded shape that we're trying to get. So here I am just moving around and eventually connecting them to get that right shape. There I have it. Now I'm going to erase this part right here just a little bit. That way we have it a little bit more, a little cleaner. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is draw a parallel line around the edge. Remember that parallel is equally distant. So here I go. I'm drawing all the way around this wheel and trying to keep it as equal all the way around. Okay, now I see that there is this big black rectangle in the middle. So I'm going to start drawing it, and notice that it's at a tilt. And here I am drawing the black rectangle. So instead of looking like it's straight up and down, it's kind of off to the side. Kind of tilt your head a little. Inside it is a giant circle. Now, the next thing I'm looking at when I'm looking at this picture is this separation between the white and the green portion of his wheel. So there's that there. Underneath that white part are these little lines. They look like little vents. So just draw a couple of them. And then finally, in that green section, there's also a little bit of a silver area right there, right underneath that rectangle. So draw just another small rectangle right there. Now the next thing I'm seeing is this communication pole. So it's going to be a parallel lines. So I'm going to start by making a line going straight up from this rectangle, a little bit higher than the wheel, and a parallel line right next to it. It'll end up being like this little metal pole. On the top, we're going to draw a little bit of a square right there. Next to it is another type of pole. So the first thing I'm going to do is draw a little tiny square. That's going to be where this pole connects. Now I'm going to draw a straight line going up. That's going to be the next pole. I'm going to hold off on where I'm going to draw this next part because I need to draw something else. So right here, I'm measuring this metal piece that's on top, and that's going to be where the screws are going to connect. So I'm kind of looking at the proportions, and I'm thinking it's not totally as big, so I'm drawing from here, so it's inside the wheel all the way up to right about where that pole is. So as you can see, I'm kind of getting myself set up here to draw a little bit of another rectangle. Here I go. Up You know, I kind of want to make that one a little bit bigger. So I'm going to actually draw just a tiny bit bigger, and then I can erase that little tiny line that I have going right up there. That seems to be a little closer to the right size and shape. Now, when I'm looking at this picture, I'm noticing that there's some screws that are connected to that little metal plate there. So I'm going to draw the first screw right above that square, and then I'm going to also draw another one that's connecting that pole. It's going to be just a tiny little circle. There we go. Now, the next thing I'm also noticing is there's some type of wire that goes from this circle. I'm going to kind of go over and kind of make it look a little floppy, and it will connect to this part right there. Mine isn't exactly the right shape on the top part, but differences are okay. Now before we draw the cone part, the cone head, we have to draw one more metal piece. So we're going to start here, and it looks like it's a little bit smaller than this rectangle. So I'm just going to color it in. It's going to be a little bit right from there, and I'm going to color it in black. Okay. Again, it's just a little bit smaller than the rectangle underneath. Now, this next part is going to be a little tricky. I'm going to use my pencil to kind of explain to you, but do you see how instead of being totally straight, it's kind of off on the side? So my pencil's kind of showing me if that were the bottom, then everything would be kind of right side. So I want to make sure that this next line is going to match where I'm putting the pencil there, as you can see. The other thing I want to do is also measure. So from here, it looks like this is where the cone, the edge of the cone, and it's a little bit over or bigger in size than this wheel. And then the back part of the cone is this exact, it kind of lines up pretty well with that wheel. So now the part that I need to figure out is drawing that line from here to there. But again, I have to remember that line that I used with the pencil earlier. So before I start drawing, I need to remember that. Oh yeah, so it's at this angle, so I need to, instead of, you saw how I was going up. So from there, I want to go that direction, just like the pencil. So there we go. And then this line's going to go up. This would be totally a triangle if I wasn't making this straight line up right here. So just a little bit, and that's going to be his little nose. And now I'm going to connect the back of this cone to that nose, connect those lines. So it's going to go opposite than that other line there. And here we go, going straight up. Now, I need to finish it off with the cone by drawing a straight line. So it's going to be parallel to the first part of the nose. It's just a straight line down. And you can see that those are parallel. And then I also noticed that there is just I'm going to draw a skinny, super skinny rectangle right here on the cone. And then we're going to finish it off with a few antennas that he has coming. So right here, draw just a line, a little circle, and then another line. And there you have it. You have now drawn D-O with me. I can't wait to see how you draw your D-O, and I'm also interested on what colors you're going to do. Have fun, and thanks for drawing with me.